Remember from the spot.
Hey, man, she's proud of what she does.
That's right.
Yeah. Man, I gained 10 pounds eating the red and the green M&Ms, bro. I gained 10 pounds so quick without I'll chop it up today. How you brothers been for the week, man?
Oh, we've been good, man.
We've been good.
Good. We can't ignore the ratings. I mean, this light skin thing is working for me and Derek.
I heard it. Where do we start?
Yo, what's up? Welcome back to Let's Chop It Up. Please follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and like and subscribe about, and tell a friend about 4 brothers down here on this YouTube channel. My brothers from another mother. It's been 2 weeks and the holiday has passed. I want to know how my brother's doing. Talk to me, Derek.
Man, I don't know. I'm having second thoughts, man, about this Thanksgiving thing, man. I can't do this again, bro. I'm serious, man. It was I had a great time. Get me wrong. But man, I'm paying for it right now, man. You know what I'm saying? I just feel sluggish, feel tore up, man. You know, I think there's a Thanksgiving doldrums that happens afterwards, man, or something, you know? It's like you party and whatnot, you carry on, you enjoy your friends and you enjoy your family and all of that. And then afterward, man, there's this like down high something, man. I don't know. So I'm out of breath. You know. But I had fun. I had fun with family. Had a wonderful time. Missed you guys a lot. Missed the audience a lot. Missed our fans a lot. Friends. And I'm happy to be back, man. And what else can I say, man? I just had really great company. Got really good news for my son. He classed up, so now he is Petty Officer Second Class in the Navy. All right, IT2. He made E5 in 2 years. That was always the plan. Nice. All right, so he's right on path, man. So I'm a very, very proud man. He gave me the news.
Derek, it's been 2 years?
It's been 2 years. He went in September 30th of 2020, man. So, yeah, it happens fast, right, man? So,
he went in when we started the show.
That's right.
That's right. Wow.
That's right. So yeah, so I'm very, very happy, very excited for him. Like I said, he's walking the path. He's handling his business, man, and the future is very bright. I couldn't be prouder, and he didn't give me anything to talk about, anything bad to say, man. So it's very rare, and I'm very blessed as a father, man. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah. So he definitely took some things to heart, and he's walking it. That said, my sons, my other boys are good, my family's good, and we're happy, man. You know what I mean? And we had a lot to be thankful for, you know. So that's pretty much it, man. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I hope it was at least as great as mine. And we're back here to chop this up, man. So what's going on with you, Rob? What's happening, man?
Everything is good. I had a great Thanksgiving too. My son came home from school, and him and my oldest daughter, actually all the kids participated, and they did all the cooking. I didn't cook. I did the hard part. I bought the shit, but.
That's the hard part.
That's the hard part, yeah. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know if you guys went shopping lately for Thanksgiving. Yo, the prices of stuff is just outrageous, man. And you notice all the stuff that you need for Thanksgiving, that shit is mad expensive now, you know? Yeah. And you know what? You really notice it when you look at a box of elbow macaroni, because they know we love mac and cheese. So that shit is high, eggs is high, milk is high. It's just crazy, man. Me personally, I don't think a lot of this shit is going to go back down. I really don't.
Never going to, man.
I don't think it's going to go back down. But pretty much Thanksgiving morning, I based from Thanksgiving morning all the way to dinner time. Besides sitting in there watching the Giants lose, I stayed in that room and I would not come out until food was ready. So I took advantage of the situation. And I just want to thank my kids for doing all the cooking. And this is the first year that me and my wife didn't have to do anything.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was.
Your son is a professional chef too, right?
Can't say chef yet. Can't say chef yet.
Hey, Mo. Yeah.
Yeah. How you doing, Monique?
Hey, Tom.
Hey, what's up, baby?
How you doing?
Yeah.
But
how you doing, love?
Yeah, he can't be called a chef yet. You know.
Gotcha.
So.
Gotcha.
But Yeah. He can do his thing.
Yeah.
But we had a great time. The food was good. We didn't have any family over. My daughter's best friend came over. She came over and spent the day with us, you know. But I just had a real laid back Thanksgiving, and everything was good. I mean, no other family came over. Nobody, no uncles or no cousins that came over and mooched or nothing like that. Everything was good.
Oh, that's a real good Thanksgiving.
Yeah, yeah.
No
But you know,
mooching.
you got some families that come over only during the time that you having a cookout or food, or you doing something, and they come over and then they
Yeah.
eat. You know, and then you don't see them again until you have the next occasion. You know,
Yeah.
but I didn't have none of that. But how was your holiday, Kelvin? How was everything with you?
You know what? It was pretty good. I wasn't able to get any food this year, but I was able to put down on for next year. So it was like a lot of the stuff. So you know what I'm saying? So that macaroni and stuff, another 82 payments, Rod, I'll be
Yeah.
able to get that, but then the next year, so that'd be cool.
So you're gonna be able to afford one elbow.
Right.
Yeah.
So they asked me if I want to lease it or I want to just buy it outright. So I'm just, making the payments. But yo, it was good. My nephew came home, and this is what I didn't realize.
Home from the military. For people that's first
Home.
watching,
Oh, I'm sorry. Right.
not from the
Good point.
job.
Good distinction. That's true. He came
Listen.
home from the Air Force. That is true.
Listen.
Good point. He came home from the Air Force. Thank you.
Military.
Steve.
Yeah.
No,
And
D has a
so
D
what
has
do
a
you say, Rod?
point. D has a point.
It's an excellent point.
We're from that race that you have to clarify that shit.
Yeah. You know the terminology, definitely, no doubt.
Correct.
So,
There's times I said my son is home, and then I have to clarify, not
gotta
from
put
jail.
they like home from where?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. But go ahead, Kelvin.
Exactly. But no, he came to visit from his base in New Mexico, and I had to realize something. You know, for some reason in my mind, I'm thinking he's coming home and we gonna all hang out 24/7. I saw my man, I mean, like twice, and people were like, yo, that's what it is. I mean, he had friends, he got people, and he has to make moves. And I didn't really, it was a real eye-opening experience. Like, he's grown. Like he's, you know what I'm saying? Like those little boy days are over, you know what I mean? And so it was kind of, a reality check, sobering, And I'm like, oh, we all hanging out tomorrow, right? Yeah, I got plans, but I'll get with y'all. I was like, just like that. I'm like, oh, so you would just disrespect me, right? But I realize it's his time now. He's 25 years old now, so it's time for him to do his thing, and stuff like that. And then, I'm sure, you have friends, and they had friends, and you know what I'm saying. So it is what it is. But it was really good. Then after I ate dinner with my nieces and my nephew and their dad and everything, then I went out to Yvonne's house, who was one of our guests before. So, you haven't lived till you experience Yvonne's house, because Yvonne.
We need the invite then, guys.
Yeah, right. I just, she asked about it. She said, when I'm coming back on, so Yvonne.
No, when we gonna go to the house? We don't need to come on the show.
She opened up the door like, yeah, y'all think I won't curse my pastor out? I curse him out too. I mean, just going in, for no reason, just going in. She just joked like that. I mean, she's just what it is. But it was fun. So we hung out over there and everything. And I know Rodney had a chance to catch the professional football contest that was on television at that moment, where the Cowboys of Dallas, faced off against the Giants of New York. So I know that was a tough game. But back in the day, it was like 2 games, right? Now they got a whole slate. Right?
Yeah.
It used to be only just with Detroit game.
Yeah, Detroit.
Yeah.
Did Detroit play this year?
Yeah, they play.
They play every year. They play every
year.
It's tradition for the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Definitely. So no, it was good. Overall, it was a good Thanksgiving. And I'm just glad to be back. A lot to talk about. Obviously, a lot going on in the world. And my guy D, the point guard.
Boy.
What's up, point guard? D, what's up?
What up, man? How you doing, brothers? I had a good Thanksgiving, man. I went out to my cousins and my double first cousins out in Jersey house. My mother, brother that married my father's sister. Those cousins over there. I went over to their house. It was strange. Trying to explain to my cousin's wife's best friend daughter how we double first cousins. So they was just like, it was kind of bugged out.
You got a pretzel family over there, bro.
Is this like a different way of saying incest or some shit like that?
Nah, man. A brother and sister who hung out with and met another brother and sister. And they had kids.
You explained this to me before, but I still just not getting it. I don't know what's wrong with me. But go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, we was over there and everything. It was cool. My cousin, I'm glad she don't make anything with pork, so we had chopped turkey, barbecue instead of pork. So it was a good time in that. And so it was fun. I just had a good time watching the football games. All 3 games I won on that day, betting on them. So it was a good look at that. So I can't even complain. Yeah. So then, what else happened this week, man? I went to the doctor for my, for those who know, I got diagnosed with a low grade prostate cancer. I admit with a new doctor at NYU, and I got violated, brothers. He had to do a rectum examination, brother.
Were you awake?
Yeah.
Damn.
Push my shit in, bro. I'm not a virgin anymore.
Damn.
I came out there waving the flag and everything, rainbows and shit.
Did anybody kiss you after?
Oh, God, come on, son.
Yo,
come on, son.
He got a scroll on his own asshole. Ain't that some shit? Talk about his own asshole. He got a scroll.
Come on, man. And then, but it's interesting because then it's like, the guy couldn't find the lube at first, and I was like, oh, I can get out of this shit. And
He went near dry?
No, he said, I got plenty of lube in here. I was like, damn. He said, bend over. So he said, I'll give you a different positioning so it'll be easy. I said, bro, ain't no easy to this. Ain't no easy to this, bro.
Nah. That's real life, brother. That's real life.
You need a hug after that, bro. Somebody should hug you.
Bro, they didn't even give me no wipes to wipe my butt, bro. They were like,
but I
felt like a prostitute.
Wait, that was NYU. They know they was wrong. Because I remember the old prostate exam, they'd have to do the same thing.
Yeah, that's what they did, bro.
What bothered me just as much as the procedure is afterwards was sit and talk.
Yeah,
I wouldn't leave. Now you got to discuss everything. My man sitting there washing his hand like, so what happens is, I'm like, man,
we're gonna schedule January. Yeah, I'm gonna schedule January, and I'm sitting there in the corner like this.
That's what I'm saying. I can't, bro. My man took your manhood. Now we're gonna have a consultation.
He said, like, so who you got this weekend, bro? I don't want to break no bread. We ain't like, you don't fuck me while giving me a drink. Damn, bro. Like man. So hopefully next one's by video conference. So that's good. So he was good. But yeah, so that was that. And what else I had? But one thing though, they got a good thing. When you get prostate cancer, they give you some dick hard pills. Give you a prescription for that shit.
Oh, word?
Hell yeah.
You know what I realized? Rodney, I'm going to say this now. Rodney, this is going to be a record scroll night. This is going to be, what's the over-under? I'm saying 7.
Nah,
that's too high. That's too high. I'm going to say under, yeah.
One, I got one and done. I shouldn't have got that one.
There's more coming.
Yeah, there's more coming.
Nah. They give you, and he explained the difference between Viagra and Cialis to me. Viagra only lasts in you for 24 hours. Cialis give you 3 days of hard dick. So I was like, oh, I want the best shit out there. Then.
We on the board. Yeah, this gotta be. Come on, we gotta go for number 2. We have to. Nah, this is the first. This is the open.
Derek, let me tell you on the technicality. This is not an opinion.
Yeah.
All right.
No, but you know what, Derek, we talking about Thanksgiving at first. That's what that's
I don't even know how we got to this shit.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? People just getting settled into the show.
Yeah. we were talking about the turkey being stuffed. Now dude talking about he got stuffed. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He said his kids was cooking. Your son was home.
Yeah.
None of my family came home.
Oh man!
I found out my niece got a boyfriend now.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, but he didn't meet me yet though. So.
The niece I know.
Yeah, Brittany. Only got it's my favorite.
I wasn't gonna say a name. You said it.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a nice guy.
He didn't meet the motherfucker.
He didn't meet you
didn't
yet.
Meet him.
No.
So that's not a boyfriend. That's
all I gotta say.
Pending.
Yeah.
Yo, he better be strong. That's all I gotta say.
Man.
You know,
come in with a Malcolm X T-shirt.
Yeah. So he had a regular name. His name was David. So I said, "Is he African?" He said, "Why?" I said, "Most Africans got regular names now. They got biblical names."
That's true.
Like David.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Michael. You know what I'm saying? Emmanuel.
It's the black folks that got the crazy names, right?
Yeah. Africans got
African Americans. We got the extra shit. Yeah.
If he was Spanish, name would be Jesus.
Crazy.
Nah, but it was good times. So let's get cracking, y'all. Let's get cracking. Let me see. So this person I'm talking about just passed away, man. This is a very, very good friend of mine. Legendary De La Soul collaborator Don Newkirk died at the age of 56. He did work at third base. First R&B artist signed to Def Jam. this was a solid dude. Produced a lot of tracks from De La Soul, Third Base. I think he just did a part of the soundtrack for Who Killed Malcolm X. I think he wrote, actually scored that movie, I believe, along with, I think, with Prince Paul, I believe. They were good friends. And Don Newkirk was my dude. I got fond memories producing him, doing records, producing for stuff people in his house in Queens. He produced Chicken Wing song Little Handman. So that's my dude.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's my. And he did it for Don. It was said, Wing just came home and said, Don, we only got $150. I said, no problem, let's do it. And he did it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my dude, man. I love that dude, man. So, I mean, his family, to the Newkirk family, man. My condolences. I love you, brother. I'm truly gonna miss you, bro. Yeah.
He was that voice on one of the De La Soul songs.
Correct.
Right?
Yep. And Third Base. Yep. When I'm talking about genuine, lovely, nice guy, bro.
Yeah.
From around the way. So he didn't grow up on a happy block before y'all say that, but I didn't know.
we already said there's no more room left on happy block.
The 50s.
That's why the healthy block didn't have roaches and fucking rats, because there was no room.
The 50s in the rap community, man, is tough. I mean, we lost a lot of rappers in the early 50s, early to mid 50s.
Bro, this is the second dude I know that died this week. Don was found dead. My man Kev was found dead. Just turned 60. That's what I'm saying. Like 60 like the new 90. 50 like the new 80.
Yeah,
scary,
it's I don't know what's going on out here. But I went to Amityville school system in De La Soul. Then my sister's going away to a college party. The next February they dropped 3 Feet High and Rising. So I remember his name. I remember Stetsasonic. I remember all that. It was a really, really good time, a fun time in hip hop. They were that kind of next wave after Run DMC and everybody.
It was the hippie era.
Yeah, man. So it was really, really good. Really, really good. So definitely rest in peace. It's good to have a legacy. You leave back great work that people will always cherish,
Yeah. God. Good guy, man. So, and also we lost a legend right here, man. Irene Cara from Fame and Flashdance. What a feeling, dead at 63. This was a beautiful gifted sister here, man. I can't believe she's going. It's like our childhood is just going away in front of me.
Yeah, definitely,
I was
definitely.
The same thing, D.
Definitely,
man.
Definitely.
Have fantastic memories of her and the whole Fame cast. As a matter of fact, I would do to actually as a family. We watched over the break, man. We watched The Wiz, and then we were we plan on watching Fame next. That was our next show. We haven't gotten around to it, so it's interesting that happened. And man. I remember when Fame was so big and Irene Cara was so huge when we were kids, man. You know what I'm saying? She was a really, really big name. And I remember when her star was ascendant, man, and she was just doing her thing, and you saw her everywhere. Her and Leroy, those were the two from Fame.
Damn, Leroy going too. Leroy been going for a long time.
He's been going a long time. Long time.
Yeah. I almost forgot about that shit.
Man. Crack got Leroy.
Huh?
Did Crack get him?
Crack guy.
Yeah, Crack is on.
And he had something else. Allegedly, he had
Allegedly.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry. You see, y'all made me laugh. He said Crack got him. He's like, Crack got him? Like, Rodney was like, one way or the other.
Right. Yeah.
Crack is no joke. Depends on which way you phrase it. But it's no joke. But I remember Leroy. The funny thing was, when I was a kid, in the movie, I thought Leroy was really tough because he came from a tough neighborhood. Then I realized he's just a good actor, but
a very good actor. He was a very good actor.
Yes, but definitely our childhood. And then Irene Cara was just beautiful. And then when they had the show that came on TV, when they made the show, then they put a person to play Coco that was just wasn't Irene Cara, just
it wasn't it? No, it wasn't Ray Don Chong though. Who was that?
No, but she was Ray Don Chong light. She was in that neighborhood. That's another thing. I gotta stop. I gotta watch how I joke because I just went to an event with my nieces and nephew, and I'm gonna just tell everybody right now: if you are over 40, don't joke with anybody under 40. It's a wrap. Do not joke with them.
It's too sensitive.
Oh my God! Don't say. Nothing. Nothing. It'd be meetings, a memo. You hurt my feelings. I was offended by that's the go-to. I was offended.
Yeah.
I was offended.
You lucky you don't work in corporate America now. These young motherfuckers.
Oh, I can only imagine.
No, they lucky they don't work with me. That's what
I know they be teetering trying on HR with me. I'm like,
yeah, man. I mean, I didn't realize how serious it is.
You say something hard to them, they be like, oh my God, I feel threatened.
And you know what I was saying? I was telling them, like, when I was in school, I don't care if you lost a parent. That don't stop them from going in on you because you lost them. Like, in other words, you either had to learn how to fight, you either learn how to go back at them or whatever. But it was not the eliminate the person that's trying to diss you, eliminate the bully, cancel the bully. No, it was just you either had to sink or swim. And that's just what it was. But today it's just different, you know.
Yeah. I agree with what you said, because I remember people talking about people's mothers back in the day. And then if you had lost a parent or whatever, they'd be like, ooh, his mother dead too. And you know. So then you either had to fight or you either had to snap. So that's it.
That's it. You had to learn though, but it toughened you up. But now, no. Now it's gonna be a meeting, gonna be an organization, it's gonna be a group started. You know,
yo, group. You say something offensive to somebody young today, the motherfuckers pull out picket signs and fucking the emotions get half the motherfuckers need counseling. They be so soft. I don't know what.
Emails going out. I mean,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, Monique came through with the information on Coco. Erica Gimple played Coco. That's a good one.
Yeah.
One hit wonder there.
Yeah, Tanya Crack is whack.
Yeah. I knew something was different. That I saw an episode of Fame, you know, and Leroy was supposed to have a fight. And then I saw before the fight, you know, he was going like this, and that's when I kind of knew. That's something that it was acted. That's not right, Jimmy.
I'm not gonna look up.
We got some quick whistles tonight, boy. Let me tell you.
Call it tight game.
Call it real tight.
Flag on the play. That's what it is.
I'm gonna act sensitive like the kids today. No, Jamie, that's not right. My feelings are hurt.
That scroll made me uncomfortable.
Don't say it in this Leroy voice.
No, I didn't. No, that's not the Leroy voice. That's the young kid's voice.
Oh, he's trying to get him another one.
Another one. Yeah, he's trying to pull me into another one.
Yes. You guys into the World Cup? You've been checking out the World Cup?
I can't watch soccer, dude. I just can't do it. I don't know what it is. I can't watch it.
And you know what? I got to get on y'all. And Derek didn't even respond. I invited y'all to the Islanders versus Rangers at the Garden. And I think it'd be great for the show.
No, we responded. I responded. I told you.
I said Derek didn't respond. Y'all always like.
No speaking English. No speaking English.
So Rodney said if he ain't doing hockey, he definitely ain't doing soccer. So I feel like
I can't.
But thank you for the invite. Though,
don't get me wrong. I think
appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
I don't
appreciate y'all not going. Thank you for the solidarity.
I can't do hockey either, man. Seriously, I can't do it. I went to the last hockey game I went was in like 90 something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was because of a friend of mine. He worked on Wall Street, and his company had a skybox. So he
whatever you gonna see, skybox is the truth. Whatever you see.
Yeah. But it was like it had to be probably like about maybe 96 was the last time I went to a hockey game. Well, it's actually the only time I went to a hockey game.
All right, and I'm sorry for interjecting. I know we got to go, D. No disrespect.
I'm trying to get to it, but I did watch a little bit of World Cup.
We're worried about time all of a sudden. Go ahead.
No. I just want to say that Georgia runoff next week between Warnock and Herschel Walker. Your thoughts, gentlemen? Who you think is going to take this?
I think from what I'm hearing with the early voting, it looked like it's going to be a wash. It looked like Warnock is doing this thing on the early voting. I don't know. We got to be careful with that. But Warnock always throws me off because he looked just like BJ Smooth. Or am I the only one that
he does look like JB
Smooth. He looks just like me. I keep thinking. I think
thicker. He's just thicker.
Yeah. But I hope the right thing happens because this has been a national disgrace nationally.
Dude, you know what disturbs me about this whole thing? That we're actually still fucking talking about it. We're still talking about it. Like you're right in a way, like, but I'm gonna change it up a little bit, Kelvin. It should have been a wash already. It just goes to show you, like, the state that we're in with the way people think that you're still battling to get Herschel Walker in. You know, right. It's just amazing to me. It's just amazing to me.
Right.
You know, any other time, those those allegations or facts or truth about his past would have
100%.
destroyed any
100%.
other black man, would have destroyed them already.
100%.
But the
100%.
reason, because he's running with the Republican Party,
Right.
then it's all excusable. We're gonna let it slide, you know.
And Trump restructured politics, which is it doesn't matter what you do if this is who they want to win. That's it. None of that matters.
Correct.
That's right.
They stay along. It has nothing to do with right and wrong. Politics have nothing to do with right and wrong. And I tell people that all the time. It has to do with what the party's agenda is, and that's all that matters. People, so you got all these people on the same party, and they all just happen to agree with each other when it's something like a bill or something is getting ready to get passed, or they want something taken care of, or they want a certain rich person taken care of. It's not a coincidence. It's absolutely intentional. You have to stay along party lines, and that's it. It doesn't matter. God could be a pedophile. They don't care. We even had that too, with guys who are accused of pedophilia.
No question.
Yeah.
Think about it. Trump right now got charges of rape, tax evasion, poor business practices. Federal government going after him for documents. And my man, like, I want to be the next president. I'm like it's nothing. Like, just that's
and
it.
people like, yeah, we got you. You know,
definitely.
And ain't done nothing for those people. And people has lives have not improved in one way, shape, or form, and they still rocking with them. They just don't get it.
No doubt.
Yo, Michelle got a new picture.
Yeah, that's a new one. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a new Michelle Turner.
No, that's
I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, okay, we got a new Michelle here. Okay.
No, I think I just figured it out, D. I was like, no, that's our Michelle that be out all the time.
She's back and fresh. Yeah.
What up, Michelle? How you doing, love?
Fresh off Thanksgiving. Yep. She said that's why Bernie can't make it.
Nah, Bernie does.
Yeah.
Bernie
He's too old, man. He can't really, do much, man. If he gets in, man, he might not even.
Oh no, there's no more too old either, Derek. There's no more too old, brother. Oh no, you at 80 years old, you just to hit your stride now.
You can fall off. You be a guy fall off a bike and be president. You don't get stuck anymore. Yeah.
I remember back in the days when we used to pretend to elect competent people, man. There were a bunch of things that could have, his age could have knocked him out the boxes in Bernie's case, or in the case of anybody else, and Herschel Walker, for instance, not just a black man, anybody would have came out and they would have had those same issues come to light. They could have kissed it goodbye, but back then we were still pretending to elect competent people who give a damn. Now it's just all, it's just all partisan. So
no question.
Let me ask you a question, because Jamie said I was going to think about. What do you think about Hakeem Jeffries moving to the top spot, the first leader of the first black leader of a major political party? What do you think?
For the House?
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't shock me if they did it now, consider that they're a minority. You know what I'm saying? They probably wouldn't have did it if it was the majority, if they still had the House,
Good point.
I mean, I look like that. I mean, I ain't got no beef with Hakeem Jeffries. I mean,
he said he got as of today. I've been watching news. Said as of today, he is. Right.
He got it? Okay.
Yeah,
well, like I said, they wouldn't have put him in if they were still in control of the House. I believe that strongly. It didn't surprise me that Nancy Pelosi stepped down and retired. That didn't surprise me at all. But yeah, like I said, that's just how I said it. They wouldn't have put him in there if they were still in power. I don't believe that.
I hope he's solid, man. I mean, so far he's been solid.
I mean, I don't have no beef with Hakeem Jeffries, but I've seen him on interviews and he's not. He's running with the party too. There's a little bit of like there's some glaze on that donut with him too.
Yeah. And Jamie said we got what up, Mike?
What's up, Shug? How you doing?
Sammy said now we have a black man, a Latino as a progressive in the top 3 spots. That's what's up. Oh, Michelle, what you said?
Yeah, even before now, but Trump and Biden are ancient. Yeah. Trump and Biden are ancient.
Didn't they just come out what they said they're going to get Trump's taxes now?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a wrap.
No, it's not.
Right, and that's the problem. Nothing is the wrap. That's nothing.
Right.
Chris Rock said that. Chris Rock said he never gonna catch him.
You were absolutely right.
He's not going to jail. Don't ever think Trump is going to jail. He's not going to jail.
Right.
The other thing is too.
Well, can he die? Can he die? Will he?
We all
No,
going to die.
ask the question.
We all going to die.
No.
But he
Anybody
probably
who wants to die, don't die.
Yeah.
Is
And
it
his
vampire or is
CFO,
he an alien?
I
That's the
like
real
his
question.
CFO. Yeah, all
Yeah.
the stuff I did illegally, I did it on my own volition. Nobody told me to do it. Just like Christie with the George Washington Bridge. That's right.
Yeah.
All his underlings decided to do that themselves. He had
Yeah.
nothing to do with it. It's just
And let the chick, Christy, let the chick go to jail.
think she
too.
didn't. Think
Yeah,
she
went
didn't.
to jail.
Think she didn't. That's right.
Wow.
That's right.
But but you got to understand. I always tell people that like loyalists, you got to be careful when you be a loyalist to somebody, especially in politics, because in my opinion, loyalist is another definition for fall guy.
Yeah.
That's what that means to me.
Yeah.
When they say, "Yo, you got to be loyal to me," I used to see that shit in the police department. Want to be loyal to the CO or whatever. Soon as something happens, he goes, "You got to take this hit because my career is booming and I got a future. So you're gonna take this one. We're gonna put you on ice and we're gonna come back and get you later." They never come back and get you.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a dirty game. But as far as Trump's taxes are concerned, you notice how conveniently they get that Congress gets the taxes 4 weeks before they're about to change over because they lost the House. Them taxes ain't coming out. Them shits ain't coming out. I don't believe it. And if they do, I'll be surprised. I want them to come out, but I'll be surprised if they do.
Right. But the funny thing is, all it's going to do is tell you what you already knew. That's what's crazy.
That he's a crook. Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Act like it's a smoking gun. You already know what it is.
And then he's going to go around saying they doctored my taxes.
That's it. That's his thing. They got to give him credit. My man is Teflon. My man
now.
said alternative facts. In other words, you get the truth. My man said, well, I got a different one.
Crazy shit, man. Crazy. What else we got here? So, speaking of Trump, Kanye West to run for president in 2024 asked Trump to be his vice president. Jamie, can you show us this video, please?
Now, U.S. rapper Kanye West is making headlines again. This comes after he suggested that he will run for president. He even added that he wants former president, hear this, Donald Trump, to be his running mate. The artist, who now goes by the name Ye, took to Twitter to hint at his potential candidacy. A symbol of Ye and 24 was written on the post. The next U.S. presidential elections will be held in 2024. He also posted a video of himself where he was seen talking about a meeting with Donald Trump in Florida. In the video, he talked about asking Trump to be his vice president. Take a look.
I think the thing that Trump was most perturbed about, me asking him to be my vice president, when Trump started basically screaming at me at the table, telling me I was going to lose, I'm like, well, hold on, Trump, you're talking to Ye.
First of all, the guy that was giving the news report, I swear to God, he was trying to get my identity. That's another stuff. The voice sounded the same, like, hey, I'm looking for Demond Pearson. But no. What's your thoughts, gentlemen? He met with Trump at Mar-a-Lago, and he had that racist ass dude. What's his name? Fuentes, I think his name is something like that.
Yeah.
You know, as I get older, I think about moments in time that's wasted. And I realized that me watching that, it was one of them. Like, I realized one day when it comes to the end, I will say, I wish I had those 45 seconds back, because this is about the I mean, it's absolutely just, it's ridiculous. I don't understand what it is with this attention seeking motive. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's the dumbest thing. Like if he runs, he shouldn't vote for himself. I mean, it's just absolutely, really, it's ridiculous. And I don't know why it always has to be this dog and pony show, and that's another thing. In other words, you have a lot of issues going on in your life. What makes you think you should be a person who should lead anybody? And what happened to you being involved in political science before you get into politics? Just being an entertainer or popular should make you like be some type of political figure. I don't understand that.
It's a different world.
It's a bad one too.
Yeah, it is. Well, the thing is, maybe he's looking for a second job, considering he got hit with that $200,000 a month child support.
He got off easy. Yeah,
he did. That's what 2.4.
Yeah, what it 2. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 2.4 a year. I mean, really, he got that in his sock drawer. I mean, that was just her saying, because they didn't even go to the judge for it. They worked it out amongst themselves. So she said, "Forget it. I got it."
Yeah,
whatever.
I'll be honest with you.
Something.
I don't care how much money I got. I got $200,000 worth of child support a month. That shit is off the chain to me. There's no kid that I've ever met or ever seen in my life that needs $200,000.
Definitely. But when you go around talking about you worth $6 billion, I mean,
no, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. The thing is this: I guarantee you, how many kids you got in that center, D, in Brooklyn?
Hundreds.
Hundreds. I bet you $200,000 be some money be still left over if they gave you that a month.
Oh yeah.
So the thing is, 4 kids, 200,000. I don't care what nobody say. That's too much money.
But then you say they take like 17% for the first one or something like that?
17%, 25 for the second one, and
22
29
for the second, 25 for the
right.
third.
So he's nowhere near any of those numbers though.
17.
17,
No,
22,
I'm gonna
25.
say 22. I thought it was
it's
17.
27% of you got special needs kids.
I thought it was 17, 25, and 29. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, maybe. It's been a while, so I can't call
That's
it.
right. And then any kid over the third one is determined by the judge. And D is right. You do pay more for a special needs child.
So he got off easy at the end of the day, right? I mean, that's nowhere near. But I get your point, Rodney. It's not about what the kids need. We know that. I mean,
Yeah. But
they are gonna need that for therapy, though. They are gonna need that. They are.
Because their father's name is Yee.
But he was about to say something, Rodney, about the whole Kanye Trump thing before we went off the child support.
Oh yeah, the thing is, like, first of all, why would Trump be his vice president? That just shows he's an idiot right there. Trump is not going to be vice president or be a co-running mate with a black man. That's crazy, So that's number one. He said Trump was yelling at him. He probably left out the part that Trump said, "Yo, get the fuck out my office." You know what I mean? This is crazy. But
they
thing is,
that down.
I'm not a guy that's sympathetic to Kanye West. Like, I noticed, like, with his thing, I started noticing people started, riding with him a little bit and, trying to support him and, what Adidas did to him and all that. Like, I don't do that because I know something is coming down the road. Like you guys say about Kyrie, I say the same thing about Yee. There's always going to be something that he's going to erase it and say, "Yo, I'm going to." But the thing is, Kanye's done things that has insulted black people. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing I don't let go with Kanye, because he said some stupid shit about black people and always this and that. It's just too much with him. I can't do it. I guess can't.
And I think he's burning a lot more bridges than he's done before. I mean, I don't think he can go back to entertainment and music. I mean, that rant he did, I guess, about 2 weeks ago, that burned a lot of bridges in that industry, I'm sure. So I don't know where he goes now when he has to reinvent himself, which he's very good at. I don't know where he goes.
No, I don't know.
So we got a special guest coming for tonight. But Kelvin, I want you to bring this brother in. This is a dear friend. I want you to bring it in. Go ahead, man. You take.
Yes, this is. It's weird to say this, but I have known this friend over 40 years now. It's really, really weird to say that. And grew up in Massapequa, now resides in North Carolina. I want everybody to welcome to the Let's Chop It Up family, my good friend, Maurice Shirley. Everybody give it up for my guy, Maurice Shirley.
What's happening?
What's up, Maurice?
What's up?
Kelvin,
My man.
Kelvin, what's Maurice going to talk about, brother? You just Maurice.
All right, that was just a little teaser.
Let Maurice tell us. Let Maurice tell us what he's going to
do. Yeah, what's up, Maurice?
First of all, listen, I love the show, fellas. The show is dope. Very entertaining.
Thank you.
I've turned on some of my friends and family to it, so it's a great show. I really dig it. And Kelvin had me cracking up when he was talking about hockey. He used to kill me with, look at the hat trick that Mystery is doing. I'm like, Kelvin, come on, man.
They gonna roast me for it.
Yeah.
But it's true, though. It's true.
Yeah, Kelvin's my man, and thank you for the opportunity. So, what I wanted to share with you guys and the listeners is the importance of cancer screening. Before I do that, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. So I used to work at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in the city there. And I worked as something called a cancer information specialist, where I helped to educate health professionals and the lay person on cancer and the symptoms, et cetera. We had a vast amount of resources. that were provided to us from very reputable organizations. Okay. And then I actually, my family and I, we now reside in North Carolina. I moved down to North Carolina in 2006, and I was a radiation therapist at Duke. So I treated a variety of different cancers, brain, lymphomas, you name it, prostate, using radiation. So that's kind of like my area of specialty is radiation. And I did that for a few years. And now for the last, I would say 13 years, I've worked for this medical device company called Varian Medical Systems. And basically, they make the radiation equipment that's used by a majority of the hospitals in the world, used to shoot radiation and treat people with cancer. So that's a little bit about my background. But, it's interesting. I have a huge family. And I'm talking about extended family, lots of uncles and aunts. And I wanted to be in a position with the knowledge that I gained, especially from working at Sloan Kettering, with the understanding the symptoms and the importance of screening. I shared it with a lot of my family members. And then I went on to share it with family and friends, the importance of health screening, in particular with cancer. There are certain cancers like prostate and breast, which are amongst the more common cancers that if detected early, they can be treated early. You know what I'm saying? Right. There are very visible symptoms early on with prostate and breast, like for a woman, and I've shared this with my mom, my sister, my wife, my aunts. Simply doing like a breast exam in the shower can potentially lead to saving your life from the disease progressing, especially if it's a more aggressive form of breast cancer. For us men, I share with my uncles all the time, it's all about knowing your body. If you have frequent urination, especially at night, of course, if it's something as alarming as blood in the urine, even a persistent pain in your back or pelvic area. And there's some other symptoms as well. Reach out to your doctor. That's the most important thing. Because again, these diseases can, if caught early, no man or woman should be dying from these diseases if caught early. I wanted to share something with you guys from, it's called cancer.gov. And it's a resource that we used when I worked at Sloan Kettering, when I was helping to, educate the health professional community as well as the general public. I want to share something. So again, this is from cancer.gov, not from me, but from cancer.gov. African Americans have higher death rates than all, and forgive me from reading. I just want to make sure I get.
We're good, bro. We're good.
We're good.
So African Americans have higher death rates than all other racial and ethnic groups for many, although not all cancer types. Okay. Despite having similar rates of breast cancer, African American women are more likely than white women to die of the disease. Latino and this is my last point, Latino and African American women have higher rates of cervical cancer than women of other ethnic backgrounds, with African American women having the highest rates of death from these diseases. So my point in saying all of this, and this again is coming from a very reputable resource, the National Cancer Institute Cancer Information Service. My whole point in saying all of this is if we're in tune with our bodies and we have that communication with our doctors, we could potentially be saving, yourself, your life from the disease growing. And it's about us not being afraid of that communication with our doctors, because I've spoken to some of my family like, nah, man, I'm just not, nah, man, I've been bleeding internally for the last, 2 weeks, but I think I'm gonna be all right, man. No, it's yeah.
Maurice, let me ask you this question. Is it because I think that's part of it has been in our history. Some people feel like they don't have the coverage to go see medical professionals. And then I think the other part may be some people are afraid. Or where do you see the line, or is that a fair assessment?
No, absolutely. And I think and there's Kelvin, there's even some literature that points to the fact of being afraid in the African American community as a driver and not seeking help up front. Okay.
Gotcha.
And of course, there is, and it has a lot of other things to do. In many of our underserved areas, poorer areas of the inner city, lack of access to good food, good quality food, is a big thing too. Not being able to travel to see their doctors, in some of these underserved areas where, and when I say, maybe not having the vehicle to get to the doctor, those sorts of things. So there's a lot of barriers that need to be overcome. But to your point, I think it's more so, and the literature says this, it's more so the fact that people are afraid and wait until it's too late.
Right.
In my estimation, and again, I'm not a doctor, of course, but in the knowledge that I've gained, that I'm more than happy to share with the public, no man should be dying from prostate cancer and many forms of breast cancer. No woman or man, because a man can have breast cancer too, should be dying from these diseases. Now, yes, these diseases there's different grades of the diseases. The higher the grade, the more aggressive it is, meaning the more potential that it can spread. But the fact of the matter is, if we do our screening early, if we're aware of, and I can share some of the symptoms as well, if I haven't already, but if we're aware of the symptoms and we can, reach out to our doctors and get that screening and that very unpleasant, and I had it, digital rectal exams, horrible, man, horrible. But it's worth it. And so that's the key. That's what I'm trying to get at. You know what I mean? There's a lot of advancements that have been made in the cancer field and more to come. But we have to somehow overcome some of these barriers, not be afraid to reach out to our doctors and be aware of the symptoms and be an advocate for our health. That's what I'm trying to get at. And I want to mention one other thing, Kelvin. Just because like some of the symptoms of prostate cancer can be, I think I said earlier that constant, frequent urination, especially at night.
And not a strong stream.
And that's not a strong stream or an interrupted stream. You know what I mean? Or you have the urgency to go, but the stream doesn't start.
Right.
It's kind of delayed. Those are all symptoms. But here's the thing as well, though. Most of the time, and I hope I'm not contradicting everything I said, but most of the time, even if you have those types of symptoms, it doesn't mean in a man that it's prostate disease.
Correct.
Prostatitis, which is an inflammation of the prostate. There's the more common BPH, benign hyperstatic hyperplasia, benign prostatic hyperplasia, that contributes to these similar symptoms, that can produce the same similar symptoms. But the key is that if these symptoms occur, it's important that we talk to our doctors so that we can rule out more serious disease.
Maurice, we got a question from the audience that I'm going to share with people. My hope is I'm going to share everything with me going through prostate cancer, early prostate cancer. But go ahead, Jamie, can you bring up the question?
It says, is cancer hereditary or circumstantial?
Yeah, well, great question. So there is a genetic component to many of the cancers, and I'll give you an example. Kelvin knows this very well. My dear dad, who I worship, this man, he died at 39 years of age.
I was like, what?
Was he the weatherman?
Now, Maurice, I always want to ask, is that the reason you took this path? I never asked you, but is that why?
It definitely, well, my dad wanted me to be a doctor and everything. So he kind of triggered and everything. That's a whole nother story. I actually wanted to be in music, man. I don't want to deal with all this seriousness. I wanted to be like Prince Paul or something behind the scenes. But anyway, Kelvin, definitely. And seeing my dad being treated for pancreatic cancer, that's what I'm getting to with the question that was in the chat. there are certain, and pancreatic cancer, by the way, very poor prognosis. Unlike prostate, D, and breast cancer, Derek, unlike prostate and breast cancer, the sneaky thing about pancreatic cancer is that the symptoms don't present until they're stage 3 or 4. And my dad had spread to regional lymph nodes, and he was like on a border of stage 2 and 3 when they found it, you know. But to go into the question that was in the chat, so with that said, with pancreatic cancer, being that myself and my sister are first degree relatives of my dad that died, we are at higher risk of pancreatic cancer. We are. So to answer the question, depending on the type of cancer, there are a genetic component or familial history that comes into play. And that's more the reason, if you have a family where most of the men have had prostate cancer, it doesn't matter whether they died or not, you automatically go into a higher risk factor. Just being African American, as I mentioned earlier, puts us into a higher risk factor than our white counterparts. Yeah. But to answer, I'm kind of going on and on. To answer the question, yes, there's a genetic component for certain types of cancers.
And Maurice, when you mentioned that, let's break down. Like, I think people need to talk in their family more about what's going on medically wise with them.
Yes.
Because I just found out, Thanksgiving, we was joking around earlier, but I just found out, I didn't know my father's father had prostate cancer twice. Now I'm going to find out, and it's a joke. And when I say this, my mother's brother who married my father's sister, my father, that guy, that uncle, he had prostate cancer. And then my other cousin just beat prostate cancer. And now I got early stages of prostate cancer. And when the other things, besides the symptoms you're talking about, those are some things they tell you to read. But also, brothers just got to go and get their PSA test. Or go get that done. Get the urine done. So when it happened with mine came back at 3.3.
Your PSA?
A PSA.
Yeah, nanograms per millimeter. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what made me have to go get the prostate exam where they take the 12 parts of your prostate and figure out. And then also when your urine, it should have microscopic blood in the urine. That's another thing. So not only those signs we at home seeing brothers and sisters, you have to go to those yearly physicals and figure out what's going on with it.
Absolutely. And with prostate, the Gleason score too. Once that's like the
what is that?
Yeah, so that's referring. So like Dee was saying, he had a PSA, which was 3-point-something nanograms per millimeter, which is a hint, and that's actually I've seen a lot higher than that.
Oh yeah, like 4 point, higher than 6 and stuff like that. Yeah,
11. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So that's a blood test. And so if you and I forget what the cutoff is, but if you have a certain PSA level, what happens, fellas, is that, and it's above a certain PSA level, what happens is that the doctors will do their tests and everything. And then, to make a long story short, that if you're diagnosed with cancer, there's something called the Gleason score. This is very important because it determines the types of treatment that the doctor wants to give and the propensity for the disease to spread. So in other words, the higher the Gleason score, and basically what it is, they're looking at the prostate and they're looking at how irregular the cancer cells look. The more irregular they look, the higher the Gleason score. So all I'm saying is that's once we're kind of going down a little bit further down the hole here, but once a person is diagnosed with prostate cancer, it's that Gleason score that will determine the aggressiveness. That's what it does, Kelvin, of the disease. Yeah. And so, and D, you don't have to share it anything, of course, but
I'm open book, brother. I'm open book.
Yeah. Anyone with prostate. So there is some type of Gleason score as well, that even in D's case. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you for that, definitely.
Yeah. And how about breast cancer? Like my brother also, I got cancer. I realized everybody. My mother just breast cancer. I had to take her to a mammogram actually this Friday, but she had breast cancer. We had surgery in January. I think it was January this year. Yeah, January this year. Yeah. And then so how do, besides women feeling on it, what kind of blood tests for that? For would it show up in the blood for the breast cancer, only for the mammograms when they take the mammograms?
No, there are certain blood tests. and I can't remember fully, but I know CA125 is for ovarian cancer. There are certain genetic tests as well, BRCA1, BRCA2, which are genetic tests, and it escapes me what the abbreviation stands for. But there are comparable blood tests that can also be used as well for women in evaluating the extent of the disease, or the early stages of the disease as well. But the thing about it, what I hope the take home message is with all of this, if we are mindful about our body, the little things that we can do at home, the self breast exam, this can lead to, if there is disease, this can lead to treatments being administered earlier, at earlier intervention, which could
now with breast cancer, I understand there used to be
mm-hmm.
there used to be a thing about the age, right? What age should people start, or does it vary per family history?
Yeah, so the great question, man. I'm going to leave that to there are guidelines out there, but I'm going to leave it to the listeners and their doctors for those guidelines. I will tell you this, in particular for Black men with diseases such as colorectal, prostate, even lung, the screening is about 5 to 8 years earlier than our white counterparts. So in other words, the recommendations for, in particular, African American men are to start screening earlier than it is for our white counterparts, in particular for colorectal and prostate. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No, it makes sense.
Because we're more prone to it. Doc, listen, how often do you see people come in with they're saying, hey, I'm treating maybe their cancer or something with maybe a diet or some herbal thing or some vitamin thing going on? Because I know a couple years ago you started hearing about certain diets that you can take and everything, and that was supposed to help you out with it. How often does that happen? And is there any validity to any of that stuff? Can you, so
Derek, great question. So I don't believe, and I urge the listeners to check out American Cancer Society, which is cancer.org, or the Cancer Information Service, cancer.gov, for those that they have very detailed information and up-to-date information on the very thing you're talking about. So certainly diets, exercise, those sorts of things will help you when you have the disease, and may even, I eat a lot of red onions and bok choy, antioxidants, those sorts of things, but that can help minimize, getting certain diseases. But as far as those complementary and alternative medicines curing cancer, from what I can see, there's no conclusion that they indeed do that. Now, those dietary supplements, complementary alternative medicines may help with side effects from cancer treatment, but from my estimation, there's no conclusive evidence that they help to kill cancer. Am I answering your question, Derek?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think maybe some of why we as a community have some of the numbers that we have with regard to cancer and other illnesses is because we seem to be more prone to certain alternative means of treatment. You know what I mean? The old grandmom treatments. You know what I mean? The family treatment. You know how it is. And I always wonder how how valid some of that is,
Derek, there's a lot of disinformation out there on the internet. That's why you've heard me say several times, cancer.gov and the American Cancer Society, which is cancer.org. Those are two of the most reputable and up-to-date resources out there. You can't believe everything you hear and see on the internet. You know what I mean? So whether it be cancer prevention, cancer screening, or anyone that currently has any type of cancer, you can check those two very reputable resources for standard treatment options. And by the way, I always advocate, even if you have cancer, I always advocate that, just don't take your doctor's word for it. Go out there. There's a lot of very reputable information where you can learn what the standard treatment options are for your stage of disease. Okay. So, and you know, and sharing that information with the doctor. And I'm gonna mention one other crazy thing too. It's not really crazy, but there's a lot of, and it might be from the Tuskegee experiments, but there's a lot of good that comes out of clinical trials and participating in clinical trials for some of our more aggressive and rarer disease, rarer cancers, such like pancreatic cancer. I bet you if my dad was still around, or he had the disease now, or he knew the information back when he was 38 or 37 and he was diagnosed with it, he probably would have went into a clinical trial. And it's not that they're going to give you a placebo and watch you die. They're going to give you the standard of care for that disease and that stage versus a drug that has a lot of promise. So my whole point is, even with a person with cancer, don't dismiss clinical trials as well. That's how many of our standard treatments have come to be, through clinical trials.
Yeah, I think what it is, I think Juan had a question, like with syphilis, like you said, the Tuskegee thing. I think it was more with people was scared because it seems like they always do bad by Black folks, right?
Right.
So, there you go, Juan's question. Sorry.
Yeah, Juan says, I think our history is our barrier. Remember, it was doctors who injected Blacks and Latins with syphilis and injecting Blacks with HIV bear incident. I think that's also why we don't go to doctors.
Yeah.
That's why Black people think it's scary, because that's the same thing when the vaccines and all kind of other stuff came out. So yeah.
No, absolutely. But you know, not all clinical trials are you know, based on that very horrible experience. You know what I'm saying? So many, if not all, in this day and age are legitimate. And again, you're not going to get, if you've got stage 3 lung cancer, non-small cell lung cancer, they're not going to give you some placebo that doesn't do anything. You know what I mean? They're going to give you the standard of care versus what they think, the physicians and researchers think, is a very promising drug.
Maurice, let me ask you, what's the difference between, as far as treatment is concerned? My father died of pancreatic cancer as well. And what's interesting is when you get this news just as a family, I mean, it's a gut punch. And just the level of fear, and you do go in hyper research mode. You're trying to do anything to save the person's life. I got my father to Sloan Kettering immediately. And as soon as I got in there's a calming effect. From the time they greet you, because they all understand. Yeah, they all understand. And I mean, I think it's them, and there's a place in Pennsylvania. I think maybe Philadelphia. That's also.
Probably University of Pennsylvania. It's huge.
Yeah, there's a couple of places there, but psychologically, is there something that I think you would have to have a willingness to fight, right? Because you got to get through the fear first, right? To kind of realize I have this. Now let me go into kind of, you know, attack. As a matter of fact, a couple of weeks ago when Dee told us on air, and just right then, I can't speak for the rest of the guys on the show. It was a gut punch then. You know what I mean? It was such startling news, and you know, and so it's just one of those things. So how do you get, you know, I think there's a level of fear. How do you? I'm sure you see that.
Of course, man. Yo, so, and Kelvin, I thought your dad, Mr. Walter, died. I thought it was wow, I didn't realize it was pancreatic like my dad. Wow. Okay. But it's hard, man. And there are resources out there and support groups as well that can help with the initial diagnosis and how to get over this. There's a lot of very, very good support groups out there for that. But yeah, it's a shock. And then once the shock happens, once you hopefully get over the shock, it's about bearing down and being in that good communication with your doctor. And that's very important and can't be underestimated. You know, the relationship you have with your doctor during this trying time. I don't want to get too much on a tangent, but my dad's medical oncologist, who was a chemo, when I say medical oncologist, was a chemo physician, very poor bedside manner. And it really just rubbed us wrong. But it's about educating yourself once you get over that initial shock, and also the support of family as well is very important. You know, having that strong network, if you have those family and friends behind you, is very important. But I would say to your question, Kelvin, is there are many magnificent support groups out there where you can meet family members and people diagnosed with the same cancer that you have, that can help you overcome and help guide you with making important decisions.
So you're not in it alone.
Yeah, so that you're not in it alone.
Right.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, and even on like the American Cancer Society website, which is cancer.org and cancer.gov, they have resources aimed specifically to that, for support groups.
Maurice, I got one question. I always notice when we talk about things like this, as Black people, there's this term that is I always hear, and it's always we're always prone to it, like in your opinion and your experience, we know you're not a doctor, but from what you see and knowing about these diseases, why do you feel that we are more prone to it? Is it diet? Is it bloodline? Is it lifestyle? Is it
environment?
You're correct. Is it just the distrust of the medical system? You know what I'm saying? You tell me what you see. Is it lack of exercise or taking care of yourself, seeing doctors? Like, why do you say it's prone?
Rodney, it's every single thing you just touched on.
Okay.
Is yes, and there is there's great resources out there called cancer disparities, especially on cancer.gov, that point to every single thing you just mentioned. The lack of exercise, the misinformation. There has been evidence, and I'd like you guys to check this out for yourself. There has been evidence that for certain more aggressive forms of breast cancer, more aggressive forms of prostate and colorectal, that there is a genetic component within Black people that has a bearing, if you will, on how Black folks respond to certain treatments for those particular types of cancers as well. So what I'm getting at is, I think for us African American folks, that there is a genetic component that can't be that we need to pay attention to as well. And that's more so the reason why we need to be up on knowing our body and knowing the changes in our body, so that we can jump on this with our doctors if there's something wrong a lot sooner. So yes, everything you said, Rodney, I think are factors that contribute to Black folks having higher incidences of these diseases.
Yeah. Jamie, sorry. Mm-hmm. So, can you bring up the question I think Michelle had? I think we flashed, but we didn't address it.
She says, can they use the fish test? What is the fish test?
Yeah, I remember, and it's been a while since I've.
That's not smelling your panties or nothing like that, right?
Oh shit, bro!
It's got to, bro. Rodney, just for the time and everybody got to be. It has to be.
Where is that damn scroll?
We had to do it. I told Rodney we had 3. It's 1 hour in.
I'm telling you, I've known the guy for years. I'm still saying 7 is too high. He'll break about 4 or 5, but 7 would mean he's very angry.
I'm sorry, Maurice. You watch the show. You already know what this is.
Yeah, man, I love it.
If he gets 7 on a show, he had a bad fucking day.
So what does the fish stand for? I mean, what does the fish?
Yeah, I don't recall what it stands for. I believe that it's used in primary. I saw the comment. Yuck. But I believe it has to do with breast cancer. I believe so. I would urge Michelle to speak to her physician about that test. Or you can do research on cancer.gov or cancer.org. And I'm sorry, I don't remember exactly the name of that test or what it stands for, but I believe it's associated for breast cancer.
Okay, and got a couple of more questions. Jamie, can you bring them up, please?
Mm-hmm.
One says, makes sense on my mom's side, African American side, bone cancer and breast cancer run through the family.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry for that one.
Yeah, sorry, Juan. Kara again. What's the determining factor on which cancers get moved to the forefront of receiving advanced treatment, clinical trials such as breast and prostate?
Yeah, so I think that's a great question, actually. I think it has to do with what cancers have the highest rates or the highest incidence globally. So that's going to be, I believe it's lung cancer is first, followed by breast and prostate, and I believe colorectal is somewhere in there. So I believe that that's what dictates because there's a lot of breast cancer research, right? I believe that it's the rate or the incidence globally that drives the dollars that go into the clinical research.
But titties make the world go round, so that's why I think that. I'm just saying, bro.
It has to be.
Come on, bring it out. There you go.
I'm feeling good.
Come on, man.
I'm feeling good.
Nah,
because Vegas said 7. That's what I'm saying.
That was an opinion. That was an opinion.
Thank you, Derek. Thank you.
I'm not on your side. That means you
No.
go. But I'm just saying, you qualified because that was an opinion.
I'm just saying, man. We love the strip clubs. Babies love to hug on them. Men love to hug on them. Women love to hug on them. I'm just saying.
I have to inject and say we will never get anywhere as a people, But Maurice, I'm very, very.
Oh, Michelle, come on! I'm not done. No more.
I'm really, really. I appreciate you taking this time.
Yeah.
Because it's a serious thing and it's so common. I mean, it is something that for all of the money raised and all the different things, it is something that from generation to generation is adversely affected so many people. I mean, one of the reasons I'm proud of you, because you ran toward it. When my father got hit with it, Maurice, I have to tell you something. His significant other suggested that we go to the Jones Beach thing for the walks and all that stuff. And I did the breast cancer walk,
right.
But the pancreatic one is so depressing because nobody has made it through it. Just about, it's such a small fraction of people. Whereas with the breast cancer, they're like, oh, I had my fight at such and such and we won. But the pancreatic one is such and such lost their battle at such and such they lost. And so I didn't want to be around it. And I think it takes a special person to be able to deal with sickness. And it is so tough watching someone, because cancer just attacks you with such a vengeance at times.
Yeah. Kelvin, and I can tell you, man, not to belabor the point here, man, you're right. And actually treating people, you know what I mean, with cancer, me being a radiation therapist at Duke, man, I've seen some horror stories, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. You know what I mean? Because again, if we're in tune with the symptoms and we're in tune with our body and we have that communication with our doctors, a lot of these diseases can be caught early. You know what I'm saying? So thank you, Kelvin. But that's why I want to share the knowledge and resources that I have with the general public. And there's nothing to be afraid about. I know people are afraid when it comes to Big C, but you could potentially save your life if you're true to yourself and you get on it as soon as you and share the information with your doctor as soon as you have those symptoms.
Maurice, I have to ask, if you go into that, much like either a paramedic or an emergency room doctor, what you're going into at that time to get up and go to work, is there any such thing as a good day at work?
With a cancer diagnosis?
When you were doing that, because you were literally going to see people every day whose world was rocked.
But Kelvin, great question. We did far more good than anything else.
Right.
A vast majority of our patients. That's why I'm here saying this.
Right.
A vast majority of our patients, breast, prostate, even some low-grade brain tumors. You know what I mean? Right. Man, have gone on to live and periodically drop me a note on Facebook or something. Absolutely. So that's the thing, man, that woke me up every day to go out there and do this very stressful and tough job. Is that the vast majority of people are going on to live very productive lives.
It is a calling. It's got to be a calling. I think
it takes someone with some empathy and
I think Michelle had a question.
Yeah, Jamie, you got some questions and comments on it. Go ahead, Jamie.
Yeah, Norette says, it's me, that's my wife. Is there any truth to the theory that this is what we were talking about a little bit before? Is there any truth to the theory that consuming alkaline foods more than acidic foods affect cancer growth?
Yeah, and my mom is a big proponent of alkaline water. But I would ask, because I don't know the research behind that. I would ask that listener to check out cancer.gov or cancer.org for more information. And I don't want to misspeak on those things. So research using very reputable resources, two of which I just mentioned on that.
Yeah. Okay.
We have Michelle in there.
Questions, Jamie? Jamie? Is there any more?
No. Yes. No.
I read the one with Michelle, and she was saying her dad died in 2020. Yeah, that is tough. I mean, it's and to some people it's a very slow death if they do, I mean, that's the thing, because you're watching a person. Yeah, and that's tough.
Yeah,
that's right. Amen.
It is dawn calling.
Yeah.
It's a calling.
Yeah. So in conclusion, don't be afraid. Be in tune with your body, and also there's a lot of information out there. Go to reputable resources out there on the internet and do your research. You know what I mean? And don't be afraid to question your doctor about certain things and say, hey, I just printed this off of American Cancer Society. I mean, can you tell me? Don't be afraid to do that as well. So.
And also, Maurice, what you mentioned about your father who had a doctor without a good bedside manner, people don't be afraid to change the doctor either. If you don't feel comfortable.
And Kelvin, that's what I had wanted to say.
Right. Yeah.
Don't be afraid to get a second opinion. That bedside manner is very important.
Very important. I won't tolerate anything. No, I don't play that.
I agree, and what I just did. That's why I switched over to NYU. That's why I'm NYU now.
I'm talking about quick as possible. Now, Maurice, you cannot get out of here. Yeah. Without your top 5 MCs all time. All right, so we got to get your top 5.
All right, so in no particular order, my top 5 MCs, I'm going to say Rakim, Nas, Redman, Black Thought,
and
I'm going to say Jada Kiss. Yeah.
Oh, rock solid.
That's a nice list. That's a nice list. I like that list, Maurice.
Yeah. And I mean, KRS-One could be in there too, man. I love Sex and Violence and some of his albums. Yeah. So,
honorable mention. Yeah.
Man.
That's a good. That's a
strong list right there, brother.
That's that lyricism.
Can't argue with
it. Yeah.
Thank you, Michelle. Michelle was very helpful. Thank you, brother.
Excellent. Yes.
All right, cool.
Reese, I love you, man.
If people want to reach out to you, what can they find you at?
Yeah, well, actually, I've just reached me on Facebook. I'm Maurice Shirley. You can find me on Facebook if you want to. And I'm happy you mentioned that, D. If there's any of the listeners out there, because I'm very, with this information I have, I don't shy away from sharing it. I have to share this information. So if I can help someone going through something, they can inbox me on Facebook. It's just Maurice Shirley. Inbox me and I'll be happy to help. And, Kelvin has my number as well. Kelvin, if there's anyone that or D, if you have questions, you know what I'm saying, and I can help guide you or to the standard treatment options for what you're going through. I'm sure you have a great rapport with your doctor. Or if your doctor says something to you that you don't quite understand, let me help you to research that.
Oh, no doubt.
Yep. So Kelvin, feel free to share my number as well.
Okay.
Yeah, if they try to fondle my testicles again, I will definitely call and tell you, brother.
What did Kira say? And for those that don't know, she's not gonna say it. Kira is Maurice's baby sister, so we don't care. Yeah. That's a baby sister. Yeah. That's the K.
Thank you for the support. Thank you for the support.
Hey, fellas, great show, man. All four of y'all do your thing, man. It's very entertaining. And
man, I appreciate you. I love you, and thank you, bro, for coming on, man.
All right.
Peace, brother. Peace.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Standing on the top.
Friday is back.
Back again.
Yo, play the last 2 comments. Go ahead. Sorry, what you gonna say, Rod? Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying it was good information, good talk, and then I learned something too. I learned a lot of things, but The thing is, I didn't know that cancer had a street name. He called it Big C.
I thought he was talking about the crib.
I was worried about what D was gonna say at that moment.
I was like, yo, that shit got a street name?
I was worried about when he said that, what D was gonna say and stuff for, so I didn't know. I was worried. I was like,
yeah.
I'm not getting 7. I got away with one right then. They didn't catch that.
So the government name is cancer. The street name is Big C.
Wait, who just said that? I didn't hear that. Oh, that's what he said. He got away with what? Sam.
Yeah.
Retroactive scroll.
Yeah.
Well, it's another scroll while my man's getting done
Thank
wrong.
you. That's what Juan's my motherfucker do, Juan.
Sam, you got to go back
Just
on
a
commercial. Rewind, Sam. You got to late scroll.
Well, Michelle disagrees. She thinks you should have got him.
When we go to Texas, me and Juan gonna go to the titty bar support.
Yo, you know what we got to do? We got to have like a meter for the fans. When they say scroll, we got to see the scroll alert.
That shit gonna get broken. It's gonna get broken.
That's right. But nah, it's good. Thank you so much. That was good. That was
great
good interview.
You made up, Kelvin.
I redeemed myself.
Yeah,
that was good. That was
all right. Good. That's right. That's my guy.
No, that's not fair. That's not fair.
Wait, hold on.
Oh no, I'm not letting that one go.
Wait, what happened? Scroll?
No, there was a worse guest than yours, Kelvin.
Oh, no doubt. Oh, no doubt.
No doubt.
Oh, no.
You got the whole D. I don't think you're coming out of that one.
No, that was my guest. That was Jamie's guest.
Oh, Jamie said it was your guest.
You signed up on it too, D.
You co-signed that shit, D.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
Fuck that. No.
D responded to him in the comments.
Yeah, it was D. I'm telling you, it was D.
Ah, man.
D found that guy on a dirt road and brought him in.
No, that was Jamie, man. Yo, Juan, you don't go. All right, so gentlemen, we're gonna change it. We're gonna call it the Gentleman's Club of Leisure.
There you go. There you go.
We're gonna do examinations. We're gonna go there and do examinations.
Rodney, 7 is
wait, it's not that's not it. That one wasn't it.
No, but I'm saying, Rod,
I
knew it from the gate that was coming.
No, he ain't gonna break 7. What is he up to? 4? What is he up to? 4?
He up to 4 and he missed 5. 5 is an honorable mention. He was at 5. If he got to 5 at 10:22, it was done.
Let me tell you something. He had to have a bad day to break 7. I'm telling you. I don't sense a bad day.
Rough night tonight. But anyway,
look at the time.
Let's go to commercial because, brother, I've been drinking a lot of water tonight.
Hi, I'm Dawn Kelly, and I'm the founder and CEO of The Nourish Spot, a healthy food and beverage haven in Southeast Jamaica, Queens. Chosen in 2019 as Micro Business of the Year by the U.S. Small Business Administration. My adult children, Jade and Owen Duncan, and I established the Nourish Spot to provide affordable access to healthy produce, to help our neighbors combat chronic diseases, to provide jobs for a diverse community youth. And it's no secret that small businesses play a critical role in the local economy. It's also proven that community is vital to the growth of small businesses. So come, let us nourish you at the Nourish Spot. We're open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 6, and Saturdays, 10 to 6 p.m.
Yo, what's up? If you like what you're seeing from the four brothers here, give us a thumbs up, like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay notified when we go live and post new content. Thank you for the support. Oh man, I feel good, brother. Got a lot of damn water. Oh, Jamie, we coming back to it. All right, let's go. Yo, the sister in North Carolina, I can't pronounce the name. Shaquilla, something like that. Robinson.
Shaquilla,
right?
Shaquilla.
Yeah, for people that know, she went out on a trip with her friends to North Carolina.
Friends.
They're not her friends.
Not alleged friends.
She went with some people.
Yeah. And she didn't make it back. They beat her up in Mexico, and sister died from her injuries. They tried to say she was alcohol poisoning. Parents did an autopsy. They owned and found out she had vertebrae broken. Her neck was broken too, I think, right in the head.
Yeah, she had spinal injury.
Yeah, so she died from it. And now I think the person is going to be charged, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't know.
They cut a warrant.
Yeah, but can they deport him? I don't know. The law.
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think we've ever seen that before. Somebody actually get deported from America or from the United States to Mexico.
No, it's happened before.
Has
it's happened before. Yeah, because it's based on where the crime is committed. So if you're American and you commit a crime in Mexico, you have to be brought back to Mexico to answer for those charges.
So if you extradite it, right? You
just extradite it.
If you go before a judge in Mexico, if
Yeah,
you
you
go
don't
to
wanna
jail
do it.
in Mexico, grand opening,
Grand
I'll
closing.
be grand closing.
You can't even
I'm
drink the
telling
water.
And you
right.
probably gonna be standing there not understanding nothing that's going on when you're in the courtroom.
It's a wrap. And
But,
it should be. And it should be.
The FBI worked with Mexico, and basically they're going to get expedited back to Mexico to answer for this murder.
Wow.
And they'll do
Sean, what up?
if they're convicted, then they'll do the time in Mexico too.
So that's deep.
Can I say if my kid goes on a trip and not come back, nobody better not come back. I hear you on that one, Shauna. Nobody better not bring their behinds back home.
Yeah,
Real.
yeah.
Damn, man. I feel sorry. So yeah, for that sister there, man. Horrible situation.
This is a prime example of you got to be selective around the people that you hang with or you think may be your friends. To go in Mexico and for a vacation to turn that horrible, that's just crazy.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense at all.
It doesn't make sense at all.
How does it get there? How does it get there? Like you get into this with some people, arguments or something. Ain't nobody killing nobody. I mean, like, come on, like what's it about beating somebody to death? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. When the doctor came to the room too, and she was laying on the bed, he wanted to move her to the hospital, and they didn't want him to move to the hospital. Yeah.
And why are you beating somebody who's not defending themselves? Why are you beating somebody who's not fighting back? Like, I don't get that. Like, what are you doing? Like,
And also the bitch ass dude that was somehow fight back. The fuck?
Yeah. Oh my God.
That was a bitch ass dude, man.
My
I don't get
God.
it, but I mean, I hope the parents get justice for this, man. It's just a sad situation. Like Shauna said, that nobody better come back.
Yeah.
So
I was wondering what was going on with Shauna. Shauna, we didn't hear from Shauna all beginning of the show.
Shauna out the country. I think Shauna. Happy birthday to Shauna. Forgot. Happy belated birthday. She was out the country.
Shauna?
Oh,
How you
happy
doing?
birthday,
I don't know if
Shauna.
she's still out the
Happy
country. I don't know.
birthday.
She might be in Dubai.
I gotta get some of her stuff. I didn't get a chance to go buy the Circle Sisters.
Oh, I
pick
don't
up.
have a bracelet.
I got it on right now.
Yeah, I got one.
Really? Oh, was you able to go, Rod? Was you able to go?
No, I didn't go. I ordered it. She sent it to me.
Okay, I got to order
Also,
something. I had to pick up my nephew after church, so I didn't get a chance to go by there Sunday.
I was in my car driving on the day that they had the Circle of Sisters, and they gave Shauna's business a shout out on WBLS. I heard
That's
it.
what's up.
Really?
Oh,
Wow,
I did.
very
Yep.
nice.
I heard it.
Yeah, I went through there. It was a good. It was nice. I like it better at resorts, to be honest.
Really, it was good. It was good. Look.
Smaller. I mean, resorts got to do some of that carpet, but besides that, I think I like it, man. It was kind of cool. It was like
What they got to do with the carpet, D?
I'm not a carpet guy, man. Like that dark red burgundy carpet. So,
What? Too many Hennessy stains on it or something?
I'm glad you said that because my mind went someplace else. I ain't gonna say I'm not getting the next row. I'm not. Anyhow, let me move on.
Okay, dude, you still got 2 more before you hit 7.
Three.
He got three.
He didn't catch 5.
And then he gets 7. So you got 2 more to play with.
No. Let me see. Ladies, don't go.
Got files to give.
Yeah, you got 5.
Ladies, don't go through your man's phone. Jam, you got a video for this?
Don't let that phone wreck your home. So many times women want to find out, well, who's he talking to? What's he doing? Listen, if a man is a good provider and a good father, stop worrying about what he is doing. As my father once said, that if you go looking for trouble, you're going to find it. And then what you're going to do when you get a hold of it, take that extra time that you want to snoop and invest it in yourself. Go work out, work with your children, make your home a pleasant place for you to be and for your children to be. Listen, you cannot miss what you cannot measure. Stop going to look for trouble, because what you're going to do is you're going to give the keys to your kingdom to the outside woman. Let that cleanup woman stay out there. That's her job, to clean up the leftovers. But remember, what's on this phone can wreck your home. The choice is yours. Leave it alone.
That sounds like a Hallmark card.
Yeah.
Breaking it down.
She was rapping on your ass.
I like it.
I just think for certain just respect for people, you shouldn't go through people's phone. And if you feel you have to, then maybe you're with the wrong person.
Right.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's just it. I mean, if you feel that you have to police somebody, then you're never gonna make it. It's not gonna work at the end of the day. If you feel like that, to me, but you should leave a person's phone alone. People shouldn't have to be hiding their phone from you and all that stuff like that.
That's men and women. Nobody should go. Men shouldn't go through women's phone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you have to do that, then you already have your answer.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
If you got to go through if you feel you got to go through somebody's phones because you suspect something's there, that's why you're going through it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm pretty sure a lot of women are not going to agree with her theory, because she's basically saying that if he's doing his thing out there, leave him alone as long as he's taking care of home. So
but I think those should be two separate thoughts. I think she tied it together, but I think there should be two. It's a difference between disrespecting somebody's property versus somebody committing, some type of infidelity. Because I think those are two separate things.
No, she's saying that you're going through the phone to seek if there is infidelity. You know what I mean? That's the reason you're looking through the phone. You're not looking through the phone to find coupons. You're looking through the phone because you want to find who he's talking to and if there's another woman. And if a man goes to a woman's phone, he's looking to see if there's another man. I mean, that's just the fact. That's pretty much the only reason you're looking through the phone.
But see, now here's the problem. You go through the phone, you don't find nothing. What's going to happen? Now the seed is already in your brain. You're going to keep going through the phone. You're never going to be happy. So you're going to keep going through the phone and going through the phone. Next thing you know, you're all in the person's phone. You look hard enough. All you're going to do is you're going to create the problem that you're looking for.
I agree. I agree, Derek.
So, yeah,
if you find nothing there, they're going to keep looking and say, oh, something's got to be there. He just can't be doing the right thing. Something's got to be there. Mm-hmm. So you're right. You're putting something in your head that you're not going to stop doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
So you create the issue.
Good point, Derek. Good point.
Good answer. Good answer.
This one's good answer. Good answer. I got this one's for you. So, is it okay to be happy if a romantic rival passes away? Jamie, play the clip.
Today I found out that the guy that my ex was having a secret relationship behind my back, the one that ultimately broke up our family and everything, he died. He died of cancer. Now, they wasn't together at this point. He had got sick of her shit too, and he ended up leaving her and all the stuff when he got sick because, she's all about herself and he had to focus on healing, but he never healed. He died. And, she put up the whole post on Facebook saying how she missed him and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I felt a certain way. I felt a sense of satisfaction, honestly, when I found out the news. I felt the fucking sense of satisfaction. I said, good riddance. I said, that's what you get. That's what you get for fucking sneaking off and meeting with my fucking wife in the middle of the goddamn night while I'm here with our kids and she's fucking acting like she's at work meetings and shit at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. I felt a certain way about all of the fucking messages I found about her fucking degrading me in light of this man. I felt the way. I did.
God, that was dark as shit, man.
Yeah. I'll say this. I don't really knock people on how they feel because you have feelings for a reason. That's how you feel. I'm not really big on, dancing on anybody's grave. It's just not something, because I realized something. The problem wasn't that man. The problem was the person that committed to you. That was the problem, and I don't know that person dying would make me feel better because the person that you actually were committed to is the one that breached the situation. That was, and stuff like that. And then I think when people die, it affects their families and things like that. I just think, you hear me use this expression a lot. There's no winners in this situation. I've been cheated on before, and I know what it's like to want some type of revenge or want somebody to feel the pain you feel. But you can see this man is hurt. He's hurt and he's venting and things like that. I don't know that necessarily will give you the peace that you're looking for. What I'll say to this, to anybody that's been cheated on, and I didn't know this when I was younger, I didn't realize this when I was younger. Anybody that's been cheated on, the thing that you don't realize is if a person can do that to you, that's not the person you're supposed to be with, period. So if a person wants to leave, help them pack. That's the bottom line. That's the reality. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes finding out is the best way. Good, thank you. So I can move on with my life. But as far as is it wrong to feel that way, I wouldn't tell anybody it's wrong to feel how you feel because it's your feelings.
He sounded like he had little dick energy. Serious. That's some little dick shit.
I gotta go.
Come on,
Derek don't want it. Oh, that's bad. What Derek saying? Come on. Yeah. Oh, we had 5. We had 5.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
25 minutes left. We got 5.
Come on, y'all know this dude sound like a fucking asshole. Who hold on to some shit that long? Come on, man. Like,
he might have. Seriously, he might have loved his own wife for real. But you know,
she belonged to the streets.
Well, the thing is, I agree with what Kelvin said. Sometimes it's best to find out so that you can get out of the situation because this person is bad for you. You know what I mean? Instead of staying in something that's not real. But he's not just hurt; his ass is angry.
Yeah.
He's angry. You know what I'm saying?
But see, the problem is the guy died and you still angry. You still holding.
He might have felt better if she had died.
I think I said it different than you, though, D. It sounded a little different.
He cleaned it up. Word.
That's little dick energy, man.
He thought that's what I'm saying.
Big dick dudes don't do that shit.
Man. But yeah, the guy dying is low hanging fruit, man.
That's a man's pride right there. You know that. When I was a kid, my father said, "Don't ever mess with a man's wife or his children, because a man will kill you for his wife and his children."
Yes, he will.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Speaking of some little dick energy type of dudes, black suburban dudes explain why they can't pull black women. Jamie, please play this.
What is thug maxing in regards to a black man and his dating life? Like, what does that mean?
Lil Durk, King Von, y'all know. But nah, dating life, I would say the closer you fit to whatever the celebrity, the current rappers, like I said, Lil Durk, what's the other dude? Quando Rondo, all those dudes. The closer you fit to what that stereotype, you like some girls will be, they'll just be down, especially black chicks.
I was about to say,
they like that shit, bro.
I think that mostly attracts black chicks.
I don't know what it is, bro, but they like that. They don't like when a dude has it together. I don't
clean cut look.
Yeah, bro, and I don't want to say that because it sounds like I'm trying to bash. I'm not bashing black women, but it just is what it is. Yeah, that's been my experience. I attract the most Latinas and white girls. That's what I attract.
Yeah, same. I think because I had that professional, clean cut R&B type of look, that's why I also mostly attract Hispanic and white women. And you guys be in the comments like, do you not like black women? I'm like, black women don't like me. Like black women don't.
In this world, you get what you go where you really want it.
Yeah,
wherever you want it, that's where you go.
I attract. I don't.
Scroll, D. No. Go ahead, D. Scroll.
I'm just saying these two Leroy from Fame type of dudes, right? I don't think they. No, I ain't saying no. I said Leroy. So I don't.
Rodney, they left him no choice on this one.
Break 7.
I don't think they like women.
Okay, first of all, I know why black women don't like them.
And he was disrespectful. Go ahead.
And where Alfonso Ribeiro at? Where he at? He couldn't make it.
Well, she said it. She did say it. That's the thing.
Like the D block sticks together.
Well, they say, "Are they gay?" For people that's listening instead of watching. That's all.
The thing is, the reason why the black women, they're not attracting black women is because they're prettier than the average woman.
Yeah,
I'm some pretty mugs, man.
Them motherfuckers is pretty.
Yeah,
pretty Ricky, what you call them.
And I remember when my grandmother was alive. My grandmother said, "You don't date no man prettier than you."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if he taking long in the bathroom to get dressed than you, that's not really a man you should be with. You know. I mean, do they know that? I mean,
see, take it for me. Take it for me. Go ahead, Ronnie.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to let the devil use me. You pray for me, Kelvin. You pray for me. I'm not going to devil. But they got to know that they're
Go get that.
They
got it right here.
Oh God.
Throw the flag, bro. Come on now.
They gotta know. They gotta know.
Say it with the chest.
Nah, I'm not. Go ahead. Next, let's move on.
All right. So Michelle says she don't think they're cute, right?
Oh
see?
man.
They try to set me up. I'm an ally. I just had a meeting today.
Well, there are men that are very on the feminine side.
But they had no soul. They had no. I mean, like
And
really.
she like black women only date thug dudes. I hate that fucking like.
Well, first of all, that's not true.
That's
not
what I'm
true.
saying. But that's what they're saying. They don't like me because I like no because you like Christopher Street, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
D, don't lose your advocacy, brother. Don't lose the advocacy.
But they're not waving the red, black, and green flag. They waving it with more colors on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're good with that one, D. That was good.
See,
I see what you did.
He did good. He did do good though. He avoided the scroll. He avoided it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. But
use your words. There you go, D. Use your words.
Oh shit!
It is like those guys. Like a woman wants to come home and find them in her closet. You know what I'm saying? Getting clothes and stuff. You know. So.
Oh man, I lost what I'm at, man. Damn, with a video.
Hey James, what's happening? James and
what up? Oh man, Lost, I can't find it, Jamie.
That's true, Michelle. They gotta find the blame. Yeah.
Oh, the difference between side chicks and hoes. Jamie, can you play the video for that, man?
This shit's getting interesting. In the bathroom.
He said it like it's a serious research, bro.
It's I like this study. Go ahead.
So, a married man, is it safe to say that is it safe for him to have some hoes during marriage?
No, he shouldn't have hoes. He can have a side chick, but he can't have hoes. Yeah, hoes are dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh.
You really only can fuck with hoes when you're on the come up and you don't have nothing to lose yet.
Yeah.
Side chick she's dependable. She's trustworthy. She knows exactly what her job is.
She's not gonna your shit up.
Yeah, and that's a good
crazy.
side chick. Okay, some men try to make hoes side chicks. You can't do that. Because hoes will expose you, exploit you, tell your business. You can't do that. Now you have some women who are side chicks. Some women are not mentally capable of living with a man full time. Like some women will tell you, listen, I need him to give me something and go. Some women cannot live with a man, whether it be due past trauma. It could be her personality type. So those are the women normally who are ordained to be side chicks, and they going to know me and him don't got no bills together, no kids together. It's strictly fun. My job is to not bicker our business private, not call him after 10 o'clock. That keep a lot of people happy and sane.
And should a woman be okay with that?
You know what? I'll say this. That
ordained.
That's the one that got me. I mean, I'm talking about like I mean, you know, when you talking ordination, that's serious. You know, but I'll say this. I think that was well stated.
Thank you, Mo. Thank you.
I think that was what I think she stated that well. I'm not gonna get my opinion on subscribing to it, but I think she stated it well. Because she's right. There are some people that they're not interested in that type of commitment. And so,
No, I like what the lady said. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of truth to what she says. The thing is, too, like I've seen, and I'm probably sure you guys seen it too. Yeah, I've seen a lot of dudes try to make hoes side chicks. The hoe is going to want to be treated just like the woman that you're cheating on. And you can't do that. The side chick, like she said, she knows her position. She's trustworthy. And even if your girl or your wife calls a side chick, she's never going to say that she's messing with you. She's never going to blow you up. That's a side chick. Because she knows what her position is. And the side chick is going to get you out of her house on time so you don't look like you're late.
Amen.
It's going to look. But the side chick, too, is also a business relationship as well. There's got to be a little bit of fringe benefits in it for the side chick. You know what I'm saying? So
put some money on a bill.
You can see that she's very good at being. I don't know if she's a side chick, but she's very good at understanding the game of what a side chick is.
God bless her soul.
Yeah.
I never thought about the distinction. you know, that you graduate from the whole to the side chick. Like I didn't know you. Like she said, they want to come up, and then I guess there's like a exchange of power. That you know what I'm saying, the transfers of power with you. You know what I'm saying. You know, but you know what? I think to be fair, I think one day we have to have
a side chick
group represented. We have to have somebody on. Somebody has to come on to say. But you have to blur the face. You have to blur the face. You just have to.
He's not going to come and blow a face up on here.
Yeah, you got to blur the face. You know.
Women making more comments than the guys. Go ahead.
Sean said these new age chicks don't know side chick rules.
They don't. They don't know.
Facts. They be like Kelvin said. Kelvin and emotions. Sorry, Kelvin said the young generation emotional. They don't play the side chick role to under 40.
No, they don't.
Clean up woman. That's right.
But you got to D. You don't D. The game.
Watch
no, I didn't. You think I was gonna say some crazy shit, but I wasn't. But the thing is, with the side chick, this today, there are no boundaries, and that's the problem. And the thing is, too, you have to be that kind of dude that knows how to properly pick and be with a side chick.
That's a
fact. It's from both sides. It's not just the woman; it's the man too. Sometimes a lot of dudes are not capable of handling a side chick because your side chick, when she's out of your sight, she's allowed to do whatever she wants. Yep. You can't be clocking her time.
She out on the date, you can't say nothing.
You can't say shit.
You gotta ask if she had a good time on that shit. You had a good time.
And then you say you got time for me. But the bottom line is that's the operation. So sometimes dudes can't handle having a side chick, a proper side chick. I wasn't about to say a goddamn thing. Nothing.
Goddamn.
I don't even remember what I was talking about just now.
My man got amnesia.
Yeah.
And also, Ron, let me just give you a point now. Keep it a buck. Some dudes don't know how to be side dudes nowadays.
Because they too emotional.
One of my boys, his wife was creeping on him. The side dude hit him up on Facebook.
Oh, come on.
I swear on everything I love. The side dude, I say, yo, these dudes are not the same.
The game is over, though, dude. The game is over. It's changed. The game has changed.
Yeah, he said the more girls you got that want you. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the other comments, Jam? I don't know. We had some comments. I missed. We was talking over them. Can you bring them up? So did we talk to?
I know somebody that had a side chick, and his wife found the side chick's number, and that side chick would never admit that they were involved at all. I said, "Damn, that's a good ass side chick."
Yo, dude, I was a good
held
side
it together,
and I was a good side. Yep, to emotions. I was a good side dude. Dude, I remember chicks put me on their phone as Didi because everybody know my nickname is Didi. I don't play like I was gay when they called. Girl, what you calling for, girl? Bitch, are we going out tonight, bitch? You know, like that. The best side dude in the fucking world. I blew up the spot because we both got out. Okay, go back, Sammy. Let's get them at. Go, Derek. Go, Derek.
Yeah, but he says people get caught when they forget that they are already in a relationship and they change their routine. Exactly. You can't switch nothing up in the ninth inning, man. You got to keep playing that game. Michelle Turner says that's dangerous to be in these be in all these sexual relationships. You got to keep track. You need help, D. Yeah, Shorty said, yeah, these young folks are too emotional. They are definitely
too emotional, man. Too emotional, man.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Fucking up the game, son.
You know? Up, D. I really think it's done. I think it's done.
I just want to know who ordains you to be a
He said you are ordained.
Well, I said, you know why I get scrolls?
I'm gonna tell you something, Rodney, I was right there because one got away. That would have been 6. I was right there.
Nah, man, but no.
We got 12 minutes.
No, we're gonna get away. We're gonna get away. Let Monique get a question.
Monique says, my husband watches this show. You guys are going to make me tell too much of my past.
Uh-oh. Mo, we don't say nothing from the Happy Block. We don't say nothing from the Happy Block. No, but see, I think what it is, sometimes people got to pick when Rod said pick the right side chick. When you gotta pick a side chick that got a situation that's fucked up, like she did a bum ass dude. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't go to work, and you gotta be that dude, and he don't got no, he don't watch no news. And you gotta be that shit you want to be around. But she stuck with him because they got 2 kids.
So D, is it fair to say? Is it fair to say that if your relationship has deficiencies, that people are stepping out for that reason, or just you think it's a myriad of reasons?
Motherfuckers just want to fuck.
You don't have to.
Nah,
Yo, what? I'm serious. You asked me a question.
But you still linguistically skillful enough. He linguistically skillful enough.
You good.
Thank you, Derek.
We know the people who got the commercials, and they still gonna drop us.
But no, I think people just want to fuck, bro. They just want something different. I think sometimes some things can be missing. Like I said, some dude, like I know, my man's left, his wife left him for some other. Well, no.
It's too late now. It's gone.
Yeah. So it was like,
play.
I mean, we lose my train. Yeah, no. Some dudes, they women creep out differently with different things. Sometimes the emotional dude don't listen. You know, this guy has a better conversation, take him out, stuff like that. While a chick might quit. Most men just want to fuck.
But see, the problem is,
right?
That's the thing with somebody is.
I don't
think.
Go ahead, Rod. Sorry, Kelvin. That I don't think with the side chick that it's always about that. The side chick is like supposed to be like the sanctuary. Like she has the place where you're getting away from all the problems and the
responsibility, man.
Yeah, responsibilities, all that stuff. And the thing is, you and the side chick don't just have a physical relationship, you have a mental connection as well. You know what I'm saying? You talk to her, this conversation ain't leaving this room. You don't tell her business, she don't tell your business. You know what I'm saying? So, and like it's like this honor thing that you got with the side chick. That's why she's holding you down.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's
and you're holding them down. Some things.
Correct. You're holding each other down. That's what it is.
Basically, that's the unfair part about it, though.
You're the guy that she knows that she can't have, but she wish she could have, and your situation won't allow you to be with her. But at the end of the day, you guys got this connection on the side.
Yeah, that's the story.
Energy and the vibe.
Energy and the vibe. Yeah,
that's the story that you tell each other because you have the privilege or whatever of not having responsibility together. You know what I'm saying? So you can allow your mind, allow the brain goes someplace because you're not responsible for that person. But if you had to be responsible for that person,
it'd be just the same as whatever you run.
Right back to what you was cheating on. So you know what I mean? Yeah.
And we married by the game. We married to the game. I'm just saying, man. But
I think the days of the good side chick are gone. I don't think there's a lot of side chicks out there.
No good side dudes too. Be safe.
Yeah.
Dudes emotionally ready to kill you over some shit.
Yeah, people be doing that shit.
Vaughn dropping in. He says people don't know how to have a real relationship. Men read too much dating coach BS, and women read too much Prince Charming BS. We need people in the game to teach the rules. You know,
I ain't lying about that shit. These dudes be on the social media. Go ahead.
Michelle says it would be too expensive for a man to try to get me as a side chick. You buy me a house, a new car, trips once a month because ain't no way. I hear you, Michelle.
And some dudes do that shit.
Yeah.
Let's give an example. Go ahead. Read that last one. I'm talking about.
Oh, she's talking about that wall. Yeah, the game is sold, not to be told.
Think about Steve McNair, dudes that got real money.
Yeah.
He had the chick for the Cadillac, all that stuff, and remember, she didn't want to break up with him.
He had that apartment that he killed her in he was paying for it too.
He was paying for it. So it's dudes that do that shit.
Yeah.
And it's women that do that shit.
You know what was wrong with you? Do you remember what was wrong with Steve McNair's side chick? And as soon as I saw her, I knew what the problem was.
She was Arabic and young.
She was the second one. She was too young. She didn't know the game. She fell in love with the dude and she didn't realize she was a side chick.
Yep.
And that's what happened. Her emotions kicked in. She said, "Yo, I'm going to kill us both."
Yep.
Diamond in the back, some rooftop, dig in the scene
with the gangster
lean.
Whoa, Mars said, mental note, get Michelle Turner flued out to Texas.
That's what I'm talking about. Boy, we're going to go to Titty Bar with Michelle.
Get Michelle get flued out.
Y'all hang out with Michelle and y'all get on some bullshit. Michelle gonna be out.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think Michelle play all that, boy.
You know what?
You use some big words on this.
Rodney, I think we're gonna have a record tell you. So what's gonna happen? It's gonna be at the buzzer. It's gonna be a scroll at the buzzer.
No. This
at the buzzer. It's gonna be the deep 3 is at the buzzer.
He still won't have 7 though. He still won't have 7.
I know.
That's it. Told you.
It's gonna be an and one.
And we got 6 minutes.
Michelle not going to the bar.
She said, I'm not going to the bar. Sure to say shoot your shot.
Nah, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm definitely going to be out.
You're gonna be out. Man, y'all had some fun, man. We only live once. YOLO, baby.
Men should have multiple wives. All right, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know about that.
That's multiple
That's what I'm
headaches,
talking
man.
about. This goddamn Western
multiple
civilization shit, man. I'm going back to Africa. I'm getting me a motherfucking big booty chick.
Eddie, what's coming to me, Eddie?
Word up. Dancing barefoot to Afro beats. On that note, man, brothers, this was fun tonight. We had a good time rocking out with y'all, man. From the brothers of Let's Chop It Up, we want to say peace, and peace. Love y'all, man. Peace.